You like her. You've made it clear. You've been patient, kind, and supportive. But then you hear those dreaded words, "Let's just be friends." It feels like a punch to the gut. Most men react in one of two ways. Either they start begging for another chance, trying to convince her why they're the right choice, or they cut her off entirely, hoping she'll realize what she lost. But neither of these approaches truly works. What if I told you there's a different way? A way rooted in Stoicism, the ancient philosophy that teaches self-control, emotional mastery, and the power of detachment. If you've been friend-zoned, you don't need to argue, chase, or manipulate. You need to become the kind of man who naturally attracts respect and desire. The key isn't in convincing her, it's in transforming yourself. Let's break it down step by step. Why she friend-zoned you. Before you can change the situation, you need to understand why it happened in the first place. A woman doesn't friend-zone a man randomly. It happens for specific reasons, most of which come down to how she perceives you. One of the biggest reasons is that you were too available. When something is easily obtained, it is often taken for granted. If you were always there for her, texting constantly, canceling plans for her, always saying yes to whatever she needed, you may have unknowingly made yourself predictable. Attraction thrives on mystery and challenge, and if she never had to work for your attention, she may not have valued it. Another reason is that you put her on a pedestal. Stoicism teaches us that we should never let our happiness depend on something outside our control. If you've been treating her like she's the ultimate prize, like your entire happiness depends on her liking you, she can feel it. Women are naturally drawn to men who have strong self-worth. If she senses that you need her validation to feel complete, she loses respect, and with that, attraction fades. Lastly, you may have lacked masculine energy. Women desire men who are grounded, independent, and emotionally controlled. If you were overly emotional, constantly seeking her approval, or acting more like a best friend than a romantic interest, she may have unconsciously categorized you as safe, but not desirable. Attraction isn't just about being nice or supportive. It's about being a strong, confident presence. Now that you understand why she friend-zoned you, here's what you need to do next. The Stoic approach to reversing the friend zone. The key to changing how she sees you isn't about trying to convince her or prove your worth. Instead, it's about becoming a man who naturally commands respect and attraction. The first step is to stop seeking her approval. Epictetus said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." Her feelings are out of your control. What is in your control is your reaction. The more you chase, the less attractive you become. From now on, stop trying to impress her. Stop changing your behavior based on what you think she wants. Instead, focus on improving yourself for yourself. The second step is to shift your focus to your purpose. Seneca once said, "A man who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than is necessary." If you've been obsessing over her rejection, it's time to redirect that energy towards something meaningful. Whether it's your career, fitness, a creative pursuit, or personal growth, you need to immerse yourself in something that makes you better. This isn't just about distracting yourself. It's about transforming into a man who has a strong sense of direction, independent of anyone's validation. The third step is to become scarce and unpredictable. Attraction isn't just about looks or status, it's about emotional impact. If you've been predictable, always available, always responding instantly, it's time to shake things up. Be less available. Stop replying immediately to texts. Spend more time with other people, including other women. Start saying no to plans sometimes. The less she feels like she has full access to you, the more she will start to wonder why. Lastly, you need to show, don't tell. If you say things like, "I've changed," or "I'm focusing on myself now," it won't work. Words mean nothing. Actions are everything. If you truly want her to see you differently, then live differently. Start hitting the gym, dress better, expand your social circle, become confident and indifferent to her approval. The moment you stop trying to prove yourself, she will start taking notice. The unexpected shift. When you start implementing these changes, something unexpected happens. First, she starts to feel your absence. Before, she took your attention for granted. Now she notices the difference. And because human psychology is wired this way, the moment we feel like we're losing something, we begin to value it more. Next, she begins to see you differently. Your newfound confidence and independence make her rethink her perception of you. She starts wondering, did I misjudge him? Is he actually more attractive than I thought? And finally, if she was ever truly interested in you, she will start chasing you. She will initiate more conversations. She will start flirting. She may even hint at wanting something more. But here's the key. Don't rush back in. Let her feel the shift. Let her pursue you. The more she has to work for your attention, the more she will value it. The final mindset shift. At this point, you have the upper hand. But here's where true Stoic wisdom comes in. You might not even want her anymore. The biggest mistake men make when trying to escape the friend zone is that they only focus on changing to get the girl. But the true goal is self-mastery. If you truly commit to this path, if you build yourself into a man of value, you may realize that you no longer need her validation. And that is true power. If she comes back, you can decide if she's worth your time. If she doesn't, you still win, because you've become stronger, wiser, and more disciplined. You've realized that your worth was never dependent on her in the first place. So if you've been friend-zoned, don't beg, don't argue, and most importantly, don't lose your self-respect. Instead, level up your life. Become the kind of man who naturally attracts rather than chases. Let her feel your absence. Focus on your goals. Embrace your purpose. And when she finally realizes what she lost, you'll be in a position to decide whether she even deserves a second chance. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more Stoic wisdom, and drop a comment below. Have you ever been friend-zoned? How did you handle it? Until next time, stay strong, stay disciplined, and remember, you are enough.